Hi boys and girls. This week under our writing tab we're going to be looking at sentence structure and what makes a sentence. But before I give you some instructions about that, I wanted to talk to you about English Language Arts, or ELA. You've already been doing several things under English Language Arts. You might hear myself or other teachers or even your parents call it English Language Arts. Writing is just one component of English Language Arts, and you've been already doing spelling in Spelling City and in our spelling tab. Very important to be able to spell words correctly. We don't always have spell check to help us, and so knowing how to spell words correctly and strategies of how to sound out words is very important. It helps us with grammar, and grammar is writing and speaking clearly using proper English so that we can convey our message and communicate with each other properly, which comes along with also speaking. Sometimes you'll hear me say, well, write it down like you were saying it to someone, like if you were retelling the story to someone. So in writing, you're actually using your own writer's voice and speaking and trying to convey a message. So we always consider what the purpose of our writing is. A lot of times that could be to inform someone, to retell or summarize something, or it could also be to be persuaded. You want to persuade your mom and dad to let you do something, so you're using persuasion and speaking and writing clearly to, maybe you want to do something and you want them to let you do it, so you're persuading them. And sometimes it's to entertain. Authors write to entertain, funny books or stories or comic strips. So we're always considering the audience. And for you, your audience for the most part is either your teacher, you being a student, it's your teacher because you're trying to do a good job and get a good grade, and sometimes it's your classmates. But in the real setting too, if you wrote an article for the paper, that would be someone in the community, our community of Carroll would be reading that. Or if you published it out on the internet, that could be a lot bigger group of people. So you want to do all these things correctly so that you don't sound silly. And then parts of speech. We have covered that a little bit with our vocabulary terms, but every word is a different part of speech. And some words can be used as multiple parts of speech. And then I put in here publish. If we were here writing in the classroom, it would be important to do a good job writing and printing neatly. But as we are in our virtual classroom, you're trying to do a good job typing and writing on the screen and making sure that everything looks appropriate. But you're still doing all the same things. You're writing with capital letters, typing with capital letters, using punctuation at the end. All right, so a little bit about language arts there. So let me move that up. And then this week, today, you're going to see incomplete and complete sentences. And I know you know some of this. This would be an incomplete sentence. The dog took. If you read that sentence, you think, what? The dog took what? You're confused, right? You need more information. And you want more information if you read it. That's what an incomplete sentence does. It leaves you kind of wondering and wanting more. So a complete sentence then would be, the dog took the treat from me. You understand exactly what happened, and you know what I'm trying to say to you with a complete sentence. Okay? Also, there are two parts of a sentence. The subject. The subject of the sentence is who or what the sentence is about. You'll hear teachers and maybe your parents say, oh, what's the topic of the sentence? Okay? Or that could be a person, a place, or a thing, which is also a noun, but we won't get into that today. So the subject is who or what the sentence is about, and the other part of a sentence is called the predicate. The second part of a sentence tells what someone or something is or does, and I'll explain that more in a minute. You also will hear people say, well, what's happening in the sentence? What's happening to the subject? What's the action taking place? So every sentence has two parts, a subject and a predicate. Okay? So I'm going to set those up. And here are my very simple sentences. My first one, Mrs. Martin. I am the subject of the sentence, and what I am doing is the predicate. Mrs. Martin walks every day. So subject and predicate, a complete sentence, okay? Subject, predicate. It doesn't have to necessarily be a person all the time or a place. It can be an idea, a feeling. So my subject here is kindness. Kindness is the subject, and the information I'm giving you about it, or what it does, is can brighten or can help brighten your day. So kindness can help brighten your day. Subject, predicate. Okay, those are some things that you're going to see this week in your work. Bye for now.